So I'm getting ready at the moment, doing my makeup. I'll go through what I use in a minute and then I can show you and then show you my routine. So for my base, which like my moisturiser, I have got the Clarins Hydrating Essential. This is £33. I actually found this out from my mum's dressing table and it makes your skin look so shiny. Just looks really nice. And then I'll go in with a primer after. At the moment I'm using the Iconic brow pencil and brow pen just to fill out my brows because I've had them tinted, so I don't need to do too much. This is the primer I'm going to use. Can't actually pronounce it. I think it's pronounced like Say. It's a glowy super gel illuminating fluid, so that's perfect for holidays because it makes your skin look so glowy. So I've just applied that, and then what I do is then use the Benefit Pore one to cover up all my pores here, just on my nose. So then once that's done, what are you doing?
Turning the heat off.
I keep putting the heat on because I'm so cold at the moment in the hotel. I'm trying to keep turning it off. Anyway, once that's done, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Fix just to give them a bit of super gel and stay because you don't want them going all flat. What I've just put on here is the e.l.f. bronzing drops. So you can use these with a moisturiser, primer, mix it together. But I tend to just do it separately on my own. And I've got my Refi brush that I nicked from my sister, thank you, that I'm going to blend in with and just circular motions. So yeah, so I've now applied that. I'm going to use the e.l.f. What is this one? The Halo Glow 2. Really, I should have brought a darker one, but it's okay. I can use a little bit of this, and then I'll mix a bit more of the bronzing drop so it gives it that more tan look, and then I'll do a little bit of concealer here and then a tiny bit of bronzer on my eyelids just to like enhance them a little bit, because obviously holiday looks are just like, I feel like they need to be subtle a little bit on holiday, not too much, because obviously you catch the sun and you've already got like a little base colour, which is cool. Once I've applied that, I still use the Refi brush. If I didn't have my sister's brush, I would just use a normal foundation brush for that. And then I do just go in with a beauty blender and just literally pat that all out and make sure like my creases of my noses are done and all up here is blended, because we obviously don't want that no blend, do we girlies? And then you should have somewhat some base. As you can tell, the base is glowy, and that is definitely what we were going for. I'm going to go in with my Bronzing Face Pink Honey in shade Fudge Glaze, and then I also will add a bit of Charlotte Tilbury's setting spray in that, just to give it a bit of a more dewy, wet look, because we don't want no dryness, do we girlies? And then the brush that I use for that is the Real Techniques 220, and that is the light layer complexion one. But honestly, the blend is so good, and yeah, just really nice bristle brush. What I do as well, when I dap it into like the bronzing, I just tap it on like the inside of the actual lid to take off any like excess lumps and things, because otherwise the layering of it is just so thick, and then you kind of can get that nice like actual gradual layer of the bronzing cream when it's not like clumped together, which is quite nice. And then I just gradually go onto the cheekbone. As you can see, that looks quite dramatic, but we will blend. And then what I do is then take it up to the top of my head, and then I do blend that out. I've done that, and then what I'm going to do is put some concealer here, 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 and then little dots there, just to define out that, because I've over bronzed the forehead and now I just look like I got a big fat forehead. We don't want that. So the two concealers of choice is the Forever Dior and the, I don't really know how you pronounce that, Fine Flawless one off TikTok, and that is in shade 12, and the Dior one, actually the shade's gone off that, but yeah, it's really light, but it's really good for the inners or the corners of your eyes because it brightens it up. So I'm back. I didn't actually get to finish the makeup look, but I've used MAC on my mascara. Huda Beauty is the base eyeshadow, and then some little glisteriness, and then Morphe Morphe lip liner and Fendi gloss. But yeah, that's the makeup done for this evening.